Disney Dreamlight Valley is my ultimate cozy game. Not my perfect cozy game, but my ultimate in the sense that I'm usually at peace when playing it. This game has such a lovely vibe with so much to do. There's a lot to unpack in this game, and I want to explore it with you all as often as I can.
One of my favorite games is Harvest Moon Animal Parade. However, it can only be played on the Wii, and Nintendo doesn't ever plan on porting it to newer consoles, so I'm stuck on the search for a cozy game that closely resembles Animal Parade. Come, join me on my adventure as I look for the perfect cozy game that fits my 3 requirements. 1. Romance and marriage. Added bonus that we can have children. 2. We can get the NPCs to hook up with one another. And 3. We all have children together and they all grow up together.
In my Disney Dreamlight Valley series, I'll be going over some of my tips for the game that I use when I'm playing. I'll give different opinions and follow-ups with the updates that drop, and most importantly, I'll be giving you some decorating ideas for your valley. I'll pick a biome and narrate it as I decorate it in hopes to give you some inspiration. I won't go too much into the history of this game, but this game is developed and published by Gameloft in 2022. It started early access, which is when I got the Founders Pack back in early 2023. As it grew in popularity, it eventually released to all in 2023 alongside its first expansion pack. I first got it on my Switch, and I played it there for about 2 years. However, as the game grew, my Switch struggled with rendering and loading. There were quite a bit of pauses while farming, and fast traveling gave me plenty of time to doom scroll on my phone. So, I did eventually get it for my desktop computer last year, and oh boy did it run so much better and I enjoy it way more. I do miss being able to play it wherever I took my Switch, but what can I say, I'm a PC lover. There's so much to do on this island. There's farming and forging, leveling up friendships with characters and critters, decorating, cooking, crafting, character customization with so many options for skin, hair, eyes, facial structure, and of course, clothing. You can mine, fish, and take photos as well. And those are just the basics in the base game. There's more options in the DLCs, such as searching for other craftable items with your time-bending staff, or catching snippets with your net. There are 3 DLCs so far: A Rift in Time, Storybrooke Vale, and my favorite, Wish Blossom Ranch. That one is the one that gave us horses, and some of the best biomes in the game in my personal opinion. Tangled is my favorite Disney movie, so obviously I had to jump at all 3 DLCs, as each one gave us another character from that movie. But it's still hilarious to me that the base game comes with Mother Gothel, who just basically makes it her mission to demolish our self-esteem. But speaking of a demolished self-esteem, there is a story to this game, and it can get very deep and maybe even triggering to some. I know I was getting lost in my feels during the Forgotten storyline. I won't spoil too much on this front, but I did appreciate the depth that it explored with childhood memories and trauma. I got lucky in my own life as my childhood trauma didn't come from my parents or siblings. I had and still have a beautiful relationship with them. It was often the outside validation from friends or strangers that I sought after that led to heartbreak. It continued into my adulthood and led to some traumatic events. Yet this hidden world of wonder, magic, and imagination still can live on through the heartbreak. I think that's one of the reasons Disney Dreamlight Valley is so special to me. It reminds me of my own love for my stories and characters that I write about that keeps me feeling alive. But enough of that. I want to talk about more fun things, such as my top 10 characters I would love to see come to the Valley. With Hercules, Ralph, and Winnie the Pooh being confirmed as characters eventually coming as of when I recorded this video, I won't be mentioning them, though I do hope they add Meg because she's also amazing, but I have a feeling they'll add her in a new DLC because she's such a popular character. Anyway, onto my list. Number 1. I would love Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is my second favorite Disney movie, so I at least want one character from it. Esmeralda feels like the easiest option. Quasimodo would be fantastic to have as well, but my biggest wish would be Esmeralda. And yes, as much as I do love Frollo as a villain, I don't think he would ever be added into this game. I think maybe he's just a bit too dark for it. Number 2. Bambi from Bambi, of course. I love this movie, and I think kid version of Bambi would be amazing. And maybe we could get Flower and Thumper as companions. I will be combining 3, 4, and 5 into Marlin, Dory, and Nemo from Finding Nemo. I would love a DLC with a whole underwater world. You turn into a mermaid and get to design your tail and swim around. It would take a lot of code and it would be a bit difficult, and I completely understand that, but oh my goodness, it would be amazing. And I know so many other people would love a DLC like this. You could add other companions such as Flounder from The Little Mermaid, and Ariel could finally get her best friend. Number 6, 7, and 8 are all going to be from the same movie, but I think we should get Naveen, Charlotte, and Dr. Facilier. Naveen definitely needs to be in this game. Tiana's dream wouldn't be complete without him, and yet he's not there. Bring him in. Charlotte is basically everyone's favorite character from that movie. Well, okay, everyone that I know loves her the most. So I would think that her and her dresses would bring such a nice flair to the valley. And then of course Dr. Facilier would bring in his beautiful jazz. Number 9, Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty. This guy literally slayed a dragon. I want this guy protecting my valley. Plus Aurora needs a friend from her story that isn't Maleficent. We need probably more Disney princes, because we have, I think, all the Disney princesses except for one. And then number 10. I am totally cool with any of the family members from The Incredibles. I would prefer Violet, but I'm really cool with any of them. We can even branch out from the family, because Frozone would be amazing as well. And then a bonus shout out, I think Kronk should be totally in the valley. No explanation needed, just Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. Because the list of characters that I actually want is so long, I will give a quick rundown of all my other shout outs that I would love. I already mentioned wanting Meg, so I won't say too much for now, but having people from Atlantis like Milo and Kita, or Treasure Planet like Jim Hawkins, or Lilo and Nani from Lilo and Stitch, because we already have Stitch, or the other characters from Emperor's New Groove like Kuzco, Yzma, or Pacha would make me happy too. Tarzan and Jane would be a dream come true, and I'm also a big fan of classic Disney, so characters like Dumbo, Wendy, Pongo and Perdita, Marie from Aristocats, Bernard and Bianca, the Evil Queen, or literally any of the dwarves, specifically Grumpy though, and Mad Madam Mim would be cool. I think Pinocchio would be a good hit for people. He's not exactly one of my favorites, but his movie is pretty successful, and Jiminy Cricket is one of the icons for Disney. I also think characters from Jungle Book, Robin Hood, and The Great Mouse Detective would be fantastic. I know getting Piglet would be awesome, as he was always my favorite Winnie the Pooh character. Todd and Copper would be great, and I'm even a sucker for The Black Cauldron, so getting Taran or Olonwin would be amazing, but it's probably never going to happen. Unfortunately, same with any of the characters from Meet the Robinsons, but one can still have hope. If I missed your favorite Disney movie, please don't hate me. I don't think the game could ever add every single character, but these are the big shoutouts I have. And hey, if they ever want to do a Halloween event with the Headless Horseman, I will definitely be there. I suppose I do have one more shoutout, and this is the one Disney princess still missing. As much as I disliked her movie, I loved the main character. So if they did ever add Raya, I would so love it. I highly suggest anyone who loves cozy games to give this game a try, even if you're not a big Disney fan. There's so much to do, so much decorating and creative play to be had. This game absolutely appeals to a lot of different players, and so you can really make anything out of this game. I'm excited to show you some of the fun builds that you can do and keep up with the events as they drop. This game is ongoing, and I love that. I can give a deeper dive into my critiques of the game at a later time. It mostly has to do with the premium shop, which is what I feel like a lot of people have issues with anyway, but I don't completely hate it, but I do have certain issues with it. So, does this game fit my 3 requirements? Well, I'm going to skip my ranking on this just this time. Yes, there is romance between the other characters. There's Anna and Kristoff, Mickey and Minnie, Donald and Daisy, Eugene and Rapunzel, B/Adam and Belle, Ariel and Eric, Aladdin and Jasmine, Lady and the Tramp, Simba and Nala, and Jack and Sally are the examples in this game. but the romance is very stiff as they have to follow Disney rules, especially with how their IP is interacted with. But as for you being able to romance Goofy, or in my case, I so badly want to wife up Aurora, that is definitely not going to happen, unless you just pretend, which, hey, this game is amazing at doing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe, and I can't wait to see you next Wednesday. Bye!